Lost away against Leicester 4-2. Have you seen our next Prem fixtures? Someone lost we could not afford to. Ole gonna feel in the heat like Corfu. We were 2 goals down and it stands on the side of the pitch with no clue. Coach and staff got new contracts too. What? Lost away against Leicester 4-2. Have you seen our next Prem fixtures? Someone lost we could not afford to. Ole gonna feel in the heat like Corfu. We were 2 goals down and it stands on the side of the pitch with no clue. Coach and staff got new contracts too. What? Yo, this is the OT99 Banter room where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. This is your boy Firms, and I'm joined today by NK and Edwin. And look, we're going to talk about Manchester United's, game returning from the international break. Manchester United went up against Leicester away from home. Today's one of them days I thought Manchester United's guaranteed to get a point at least because of our way of form. We either win or lose. We win or draw, sorry. We've been undefeated all this time up until today. Man United got smashed. We got battered, got rinsed on the counter-attack. And we're going to get into it. So look, guys, I know you guys can't wait to rip into certain man. And I know Edwin's already ripping into certain man even before we went live. But look, I ain't going to start with nothing. I just want to leave the floor open for any of you to just make a point, and we'll take it from there. Where just give me your thoughts, and we'll build off that.
All I know is that a certain team didn't return from international break. Certain people are still on holiday. Because that was terrible. Like, we just got dismantled. What they done to us is what we should be doing to teams.
Facts. Do you know what's mad, Edwin, is Manchester United, when Rashford came on, and I messaged NK, like before, I think this is yesterday, I was like, or whatever, maybe this morning, I was like, Rashford's back. I think that would be the lift. I thought he would start, but he came off bench here. And then I just knew that Rashford was going to do something today, and he did. Do you know what I mean? It's a really good ball for him. He was at Lindelof. Rashford took it, controlled it, played himself, well-timed that run. You know what I mean? He showed us what he can do. And with all the inconsistencies that Rashford has throughout the season, this is the reason why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer plays him, because we're going to be frustrated with Rashford next week. Do you understand? We're going to see that. But he's got the sort of ability to pull a goal out from nowhere. He's always on it. And what was shocking to me is that Manchester United conceded that goal 15 seconds after we scored. Like, that is a rarity, bro. It's a rarity. A team of Man United stature conceding a goal 15 seconds after we scored. It's mad to me. Bro, do you know what, right? Today was interesting because I was on the phone with you, Edwin, and I said this. There was no Scott McTominay and there was no Fred. If we're talking about a midfield, that would have been the midfield. Do you understand? I know people want to see Donny van de Beek play more, but ultimately you're going to choose Pogba over Donny van de Beek, and you're going to put Matic next to him because that's the best that we've got so far. That was our midfield today. Our midfield got eaten. We got ran through. They ran through our midfield, bro. And like I say, I told you, I said it before and I'll say it again. It don't matter if we get that jigsaw puzzle that everyone thinks will solve today, being whoever it is, Declan Rice, Tchouameni, Diddy, name it. It's not going to solve anything, in my opinion. I still think that we're going to have the same old issues. It's just going to be a more expensive team getting battered. NK, you've been quiet, man. Tell me your thoughts, man, because you're probably still in shock. I don't know what it is, bro.
Well, I'm still in shock, man. I think I'm just going to stop watching my United because it's too early in the morning over here. It is too early in the morning over here. I wake up and, especially my weekends, like the first thing I just do is just obviously like watch football. And when United play this early during the day, they just mess it up. And you know what? Today, we can point on like individual mistake, obviously with Maguire, like kind of that mistake that led to the first goal and everything. We can just kind of like point to that one about it today. And then as I said to you, anytime I come here, I always want to be fair in terms of like who to blame on certain kind of like loss. Today, the loss is just blame on one. What do you call it? It is the coaching. Today, it is the manager and his coaching team. Because, you can change personnel into teams, but if you kind of like see the same problem over and over and over again, you just know where the problem is. And the thing that shocked me is like the fans and the pundits are the only people that seems to see the problem, and the coaching staff or the managers don't see it. Either they see it and they don't have the solution to it, or maybe they just don't see it at all. They just kind of are blinded by it. Look, whether you play McTominay or Fred, Pogba or Matic, whoever you put in the middle, is the same thing. Teams run through that midfield. They just run through it like it's nothing. You know,
it's not there.
I mean, first off, it was just a game like you can just tell that this team everybody was just kind of like getting their rhythm and stuff like that. Yes, Leicester was kind of like running through like the middle and everything, but they were just running through it. They were not really kind of like creating any kind of like big kind of like chances from it, to be honest with you. I think both teams were not creating kind of like chances for me. It was just like one of those games where it was just like small, low kind of like chances, you know? And then Greenwood just went and just kind of like scored. Before he scored the goal, I was already pissed off at Greenwood anyway. And we're going to get back on that scenario anyways.
Yeah.
And then he scored like that kind of like worthy kind of like goal. And it was a worthy. Don't get me wrong. It was a worthy. But even when we scored a goal, and I know you for it, Edwin for it, every Man United fan for it, that if we have to win this game, we need to score again, because I didn't think 1-0 was going to be enough. Nobody for 1-0 was going to be enough. Nobody did, you know. And then we just passing it from the back, and then Maguire made a mistake. He had a horrible game, but I don't want to blame Maguire for having a horrible game. I blame the manager for picking a guy who has not played for 3 weeks. You don't pick a guy who hasn't played for 3 weeks and then put him there. You got defenders in the squad. Why are you paying the guy, the likes of Eric Bailly and them, if you're not going to trust them to play?
That's the thing. That's the thing. If we're saying that Maguire hasn't played for 3 weeks, look, Eric Bailly hasn't played for how long? You understand? So it's just like,
but he's been training. Maguire has not had the full.
Oh, you mean training? Okay, yeah.
He has not had the full training, but apparently
he said that. NK's saying, yeah. Sorry to cut you off, NK. You're saying exactly what I was telling Firma on the phone. There's no way Maguire should have started that game.
He shouldn't start. And you know what?
That's when so many mistakes.
That's when you, because you know what? That goal that we conceded, this was just rustiness. It just shows you someone who has not had game time. It was just rustiness, because when he got the ball, literally, he was just slow to react because he doesn't have the match sharpness. And you blame that on the coaching team, because let's face it, today, up until like the 70-something minute where Leicester kind of like scored, Leicester, they were just running through the midfield, but they were not really testing the gear. The only time they tested them was that shot. I don't know who done it. I think Tillman done it, and De Gea kind of like saved it. That was like the only chance that you can say that it was more closer to scoring, because that goal that he scored, look, it was a worthy goal too. They also scored a worthy goal, but it was more like out of luck. He just kind of like chipped the ball and they were out of luck. And even since then, they were not really creating that kind of like big chances. It was kind of like just like that. But the bit that upsets me, and that shows that our coach, our manager, and the whole coaching team are not good enough, was when the game was, 1-1. I think at that point we made one change, which was take Sancho off and bring Rashford off, which, on my opinion, I think it was the wrong change. I felt like Greenwood should have gone off. I really feel like Greenwood would go off. Yes, he scored a goal, but he was very selfish in his play. Very, very selfish in his play. The way he was playing, bro, we could not create anything, because when he got the ball, he only had one thing in his head: shoot.
That's
yes, you can shoot.
He's not a provider, though, is he?
He's not. But then that's the point. When you have a guy there, and he saw a lot of our balls. Most of the time, his position was so good that he was seeing a lot of the balls. But what he was doing with the balls was just, it was bad. I just thought, to me, take Greenwood off, let Sancho shift to the right-hand side, and then play Rashford. Then what do? That was the only change that he did. And then obviously Leicester made like kind of like two changes and everything just like that. And then we go 2-1 down, and then he made two changes. So you telling me that when it was 1-1, you couldn't make a change to win a game, but the minute you go down, then you're gonna make a change and bring on McTominay and leave the guy on. What was I don't think it's. I don't.
Look, you can see clearly that it's about Ole not having that certainty, that authority, that assurance, that to say, do you know what? If I make this, he's more worried about him making changes that will cause him to lose the game rather than him making changes that will cause him to win the game. So he's forced to make those chances. He's forced to make those subs, and he becomes more brave when he's losing or he's a man down or something along those lines, when it's disaster, rather than him saying, okay, look, it's 0-0 or we're 1-0. If we're 1-0, this guy Ole will ride out that 1-0 and then maybe make a defensive type of substitution that will cost him, rather than saying, you know what, we're 1-0. I'm bringing on more attack. I need to go on and do, score another goal and score another goal. Look, you see City, 2-0 clean sheet. Liverpool, 5-0 clean sheet.
Bro, because our manager is a manager, he reacts. He's a reactor. Bro. He waits until something happens before he want to change the game. And I'm sorry, that's not good enough. Top managers don't wait for something to happen before they change it. Sometimes you change it before the other teams kind of like change it, you change it. And the way we play today, it just shows you anybody from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to the coaching team, any money, bro, I'm just telling you, it's going to be a long Premiership season, because any manager with a good game plan will get something from United. It's as simple as that. Because the way we play, the way we are set today, I was just looking at the setup. Bro, there is no setup. I don't even know where Matic was playing, because Matic, for example, he's a DM. You know he's slow. First manager, you know this guy is slow. Maguire, slow. Why are you telling these guys to press so much high up the pitch? Matic is so slow. Any manager, when you see that Matic is pressing high up the pitch, the first instruction, even I'm not a manager, but when I see Matic pressing high up the pitch like that, I will tell my guys, look, he is slow. Just turn him. Have a good control and turn him, and you can take him out of the game with just a simple turn. And that's what they kept doing with him and Pogba, because Pogba to instruction was push high up the pitch. We know Pogba don't have the pace to be doing that box-to-box thing. So once he go up and the ball just go, but it was there. I have never seen.
Look, this is another reason
from Norwich.
Ole is gonna stick with McFred. This is another reason why he's gonna stick with McFred.
McFred have the same problem anyway, and you know what? And today we got an answer. Whether it's McFred, if Fred and McTominay play today, Leicester was still gonna run through this thing.
It doesn't matter.
And you know what? Let's even forget about the defensive side of the game.
Yeah.
Attacking side. What did we create today? We didn't create nothing. We did not create nothing. It was shambles. Shambles.
NK, let me pause it. Edwin, what went wrong? What went wrong today, Edwin?
Everything. Look, as I said to you a few weeks ago, yeah, I know Solskjaer's a legend and he helped win the 99 Champions League, but you got to let go, man. Look, Chelsea, same thing. They had a legend managing them. As soon as they let him go, they brought in a better tactical manager and they're a better team. So I know Solskjaer's had 3 years, right? Although the season's not over, the early signs are showing you've got all these great outlets and players. He doesn't know how to use them. And I think what NK said is NK made a good point, because when we were getting on to Solskjaer a couple of weeks, he was just like, wait, let's see what happens. And he even said that before, sometimes you can blame the players, but when it's consistent, you're like, you've got to do something like, number one, Maguire how you starting Maguire? I guarantee you, if it was international break, if the international break, he wouldn't play for England. You know what I mean? He's not fit enough to play. He shouldn't have started. And just the whole formation, you can't keep on. If you know Leicester, a team that likes to attack, you can't play Pogba and Matic. And especially a Matic that just wants to play like he's an Insta or something, just some free role. But for me, I just feel like the tactics, even when things were going wrong, NK made a good point. You need to stop doing, Man United need to stop doing this thing. Just because someone scores, it doesn't mean they're playing well. Even though Greenwood scored, he should have come up, because NK, he was being proper greedy. All he wanted to do was cut in and shoot. We needed someone to help create, and if we want Ronaldo to score, other players to score, we need someone that creates. You know what I mean? So he should have made changes before they even, like you said, like NK said, he's more reactive than proactive. He's never been proactive. He's only reactive. When we're losing, that's when all of a sudden he wants to make these subs, and then he'll win a draw, win a game, and everyone will be like, oh, he's good at making subs. No, he should have made subs earlier, and he should have let Man United stamp their authority. But yeah, I think there's the tactics. From when I saw that lineup, I kind of knew what time it was. And then when I first saw the first minute and Maguire missed that ball, I was like, he's in for a long day. I could tell straight away.
Very long day. And you know what? I think I agree. Like with the consistency with Ole. Ole's one of those ones where, we were talking about the fixture list. There was a big focus on the fixture list that's coming up for us. It's going to be a big, couple of weeks for us, both in the Premier League and Champions League. And in my mind, I was thinking, do you know what? This is when Ole tends to shine. Like everyone's written us off and says, like we're going to lose all of these games. But the reason why Ole's still in this job is because when he's up against it, where everyone thinks he's going to, get battered and hammered, he somehow manages to pull stuff out the bag. But this is a season where the pressure's kind of different. You know what I mean? You've got Ronaldo that he brought into the squad himself. The pressure's there on him to win. He's got Varane that he brought into the squad. He didn't play today, but the pressure's on Ole to win these games. And there's no more excuses on Ole's end. You know what I mean? We get battered by Leicester, who's not even an informed team, by the way. This is not a Leicester that's sitting top of the league. This is not a Leicester that won. This is not the Leicester that won the league. Do you know what I mean? This is a Leicester that has really been struggling for form. And Manchester United got battered and played off the pitch 4-2. I'll tell you what went wrong, in my opinion, with Manchester United. One, Man United couldn't handle the press. Leicester, it was clear that Brendan Rodgers told Leicester, do you know what? Go at Manchester United. Don't give them any time on the ball. Press them. Don't let them out. Don't give them any space. Look, a lot of those chances that was created by Leicester was from the high press. It was the constant pressing that they caused. Even when Manchester United was trying to play out from the back, it's pressure. Do you know what I mean? That ball that De Gea passed to Maguire, pressure led to that goal. Do you know what I mean? There's so much pressure. Man United don't know how to handle it. It's like, what do we do in training? The simple piggy in the middle. What do Manchester United do in training, bro? You should be having one man up against 5 men. You need to be in those pressure cooker situations. Man United continuously play from the back, but United never look comfortable playing out for the back. We rarely look comfortable. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, this is just another situation where Manchester United is just getting exploited and bodied every single time. Every single time we're getting exploited.
It's just ridiculous. You know what? Sometimes, as I said to you, football games here, well, you win some, you lose some. It's going to happen. But sometimes it's a manner in which you lose it. Today, Leicester didn't sweat. They did not sweat. To get it. They didn't sweat at all. It was a very easy game. Same thing with Aston Villa when they beat us. Easy game. When Everton got a draw, easy game. And you know what? Everton would have been that disappointed that they couldn't even win that. Even when we beat Villarreal too. Bro, they even thought they could have won the game.
It's frustrating. With Man United, it's very frustrating because I feel like Man United ride off luck. It's freestyle football and we ride off luck a lot of the times. We played a Leicester today that took their chances. Do you know what I mean? They got the opportunities, then they took it. Man United have many a game like this where the strikers are just not on job for the opposition team, where they're missing these sitters or missing chances. This is the Leicester that just took their chances. And the scoreline, to be honest, will be looking like this more regularly. Manchester United is a team that are just they're not switched on. They're not focused. It's like that break did them more bad than good. I saw a Man United team today that don't win the loose balls. When that ball was bouncing around after De Gea made that super save in the box, right? The ball would bounce around and Sioku had these opportunities as well to strike it. It's just like, we're always second to the loose ball.
Because here's the thing. Here's the reason why we're always second to the loose balls. Our team is trying to mirror the personality of our manager. Our manager is very soft, very soft. Even you see on the touchline, he's not having no go at the referee, or he's just kind of like no shouting our thing. So now our team has become a team that's like laid back. You don't see the aggressiveness in the team, Like there's certain stuff like no one is really kind of like doing foul when the decision goes well. No one is being the referee face. The only people that are doing that is Bruno, and maybe Ronaldo, because that's their personality. So they are always gonna be like that. The rest of them are just kind of like just do that. Like even you see Pogba too, Mr. Nice Guy, they just do that. Like sometimes players are going past them. I mean, today I saw them do a little bit of one or two kind of like tactical force and everything, but it was just not enough too. And the game plan that they went into today, I feel like, only game plan today was, hey, it's going to be a tight game today. and things are not going well, we're going to bring Rashford on to try and kind of like win us the game, which was what his game plan was. But look, I'm not a manager, but sometimes the thing about manager is you can plan ahead all you want, but things happen during the game where you have to, boom, just decide like, okay, my game plan that I planned to go is not working, so I'm going to do anything. First example was when that game was very tight, 1-1 and everything. Even when you took Sancho off and then you brought, Rashford on. Another thing that he could have just done was bring, McTominay on, because at that point, we needed energy. Because when you are chasing games, one thing you're going to do is when you attack like that, you're going to, when they hit the counter, you're going to need that kind of like pace back. Pogba have had 2 big international games already, during the Nation Cup, where you can say he played a semi-final and he played a final. So energy level would have gone there. That after that they won it, so they would have celebration and everything like that. I want the 60 or 70 minute, take him off and bring that energy of McTominay in there. Bring that energy in there to say, hey, you know what? Right now, Matic sick for me. I've got McTominay here, who's going to bring a bit of like energy inside too. And if you want to even keep Greenwood on or so, that's cool. I feel like at some point we needed energy in the midfield, because when they were running a bit of that midfield, because we tried to control the game, which at the beginning his interview was, we want to control the game. We couldn't control the game. We had the ball, but we were not controlling it. When it was 1-1 and you felt like both teams were not really happy with 1-1, you could always sense that Leicester will go for it, and we are, well, in our eyes, we feel like we are title contenders, so we are always going to try win the games. So at that time, if you're going to go all out to go attack, change it. And even that, we didn't even go all out, because, and one thing that I've noticed is Ronaldo is starting to play like Anthony Martial. You know how Martial always used to drop deep and come and be involved in the gameplay, and we say, oh, Martial is never in the box. How many times today did you see Ronaldo leave the box to come and get involved in the play? Because he was not getting the services too. Yeah. He was not getting the services too. And I tell you, in the dressing room today, they're going to be shouting at Greenwood. But the boy is good. He is good where he can score goals and everything. But he is a striker playing as a winger, and he has not learned the trade as a winger. He hardly tracks back. You can go watch this game all you want. He hardly tracks back. I feel like he just making in his mind that Wan-Bissaka is so good at the back that he doesn't have to track back. He don't track back. He don't track back. And when he getting into the chance to, but sometimes you need to know, there's a time to shoot and there's a time to pass.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Ronaldo hasn't scored no header goal, He has not scored no header goal yet, because the crosses that are coming in are terrible. The only person in our whole team that know how to cross is Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is the only person that know how to cross. Luke Shaw, what cross did Luke Shaw do today? What good cross did Luke Shaw do today? He can cross the ball though. He can cross the ball though. Babe, no, fam, you can cross all you want, but when teams are putting pressure on you, can you deliver the ball? No, he cannot. No, he can't. How many saves have you done in there?
Luke Shaw may not have been doing well, like with assists, but it's early on. I feel like Luke Shaw's proven that he can whip in a good ball at Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes, he's a playmaker. He's a risky guy. He does get his assists, but more time when Bruno Fernandes is crossing it, it's a bit too heavy. Like he done a really good pass today. Do you know what I mean? When he whipped it into, was it Rashford? He whipped it into Rashford. Rashford was onside, but then Rashford's touch took him out a bit too wide, and it kind of messed up that whole flow of momentum. I would have hoped that he would have done a nice touch earlier on and then create something, but his touch is a bit off. But like outside of that, Bruno Fernandes was doing some wild stuff, and you're just like, you know what I mean? He's over hitting it, he's taking shots, he's flying out wide. Like Edwin's always onto Bruno Fernandes, and I'm just like, you know what? This is what he does. But at the end of the day, like he's gonna get his assists, he's gonna create something. But for me, I feel like Manchester United. I'm gonna get your opinion on this, Edwin, right now as well. I feel like Manchester United are victim of the players that we've got. I feel like we're a victim now more than ever of the players we've got under Ole. The reason why I say that is because Manchester United clearly have an issue in that midfield. It's a massive issue. Whatever combination we're trying, it's not working. Often we're getting battered in the midfield. The midfield is the engine. The midfield wins you the game a lot of the time. Do you know what I mean? It wins you the game. We're talking about we're lacking creativity. We're talking about getting run through. The midfield's a massive issue. It doesn't matter what combination we do, as we can see, it's an issue. For me, the first thing I'm thinking is we need an extra man in that midfield. We've done the McFred and Bruno in front, 2-man. It's not working. We need 3-man in there, bro. I think the formation needs to completely change, and that may upset some of your big hitters. You understand? Because I truly believe, yeah, if we bring in a Conte tomorrow, he's fixing a problem. He sees it and he's saying, do you know what? Figure of speech, hypothetically speaking, he's saying, Donny van de Beek, you're getting in that midfield as well. You're getting in that midfield. We're playing a 3 in there. We're playing 3-man in there. Or you're doing your 5 at the back and you're making your fullbacks like tuck in, and like he's populating that midfield. We need an extra man in there to support the lack of, like, we ain't got no one that can manage that midfield. We ain't got no one that can control it. So the best thing you can do is add another man in there to try and balance out because that's my opinion anyway. I feel like we need to split the formation. But what do you think, Edwin? What do you think we need to do to get back to winning ways, to get back to meeting expectations that we should be outside of sacking Ole, because it looks like we're stuck with him. I think.
I was about to say that.
I know. I can see it in your eye. I can see the twinkle. But look, we're stuck with Ole until the 6th of November at least, because by then I think it's like we would have played Atlanta twice. If we lose them two, you know, probably not making it into Champions League. And then obviously, like, all the games, we've got big games as well. Let me know, what do we need to do, man?
Okay, right. You know what? The problem is the formation. Not only the formation, is the coaching, because the problem is not
coaching.
There's teams that we've seen play that have less equipped midfielders or players than us, but their coaching or whatever tactics they've got has got the best out of them.
Yeah.
I really, it feels like Solskjaer just tells his team to go out and play. It seems like there's no match talks, nothing. It just
express yourself. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just seems like you know, back in the day, cage football. We all turn up, we'll play. That's it. Like, there doesn't seem to be any structure. So unless we get rid of Ole, the only other thing is he needs to, like, get better tactically. You know what I mean? Like, whether McFred played or not, I think the same thing would have happened today.
Yes. And look at it, Edwin. We've got Sancho that's getting pulled off almost every other game, bro. Every other game. You spent 7 years.
He's probably thinking, why did I leave?
Bro. He wanted to kick it with the guys, Lingard, Rash and that. But what the problem is Ole is bringing in players. He don't coach them to be better. He's really hoping that these men click and then hit the ground running. Look, he's got a guy now who the world knows his quality. There's no excuses, you understand? This isn't no Martial where he had off season here and there. This is a guy every Man United fan knows. He was bossing it, not only in Bundesliga, but also he was bossing it in the big stage in Champions League. Do you understand? Man United get him now. He's getting ripped off 50-something minutes, 60 minutes, getting sacrificed as their first name. And look, for me, a lot of pressure is on Ole because he spent a huge amount of that transfer budget on Jadon Sancho. Do you understand? Massively. Soon people's going to start saying, you know, flop, this and that and this. You know what I mean? It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure, man.
It's a lot, but the thing is, look, Jadon Sancho will never ever be a flop at Man United because Ole ain't going to be the guy there. Ole ain't going to be the guy there for long, bro, man. Like, it's just a matter of time before someone just come. The problem, and you say like about the problem. The problem is coaching. You know, you can have all the great players that you want. And, you know, individually, everybody got something that they're good at to kind of play. But you gotta know, you gotta get the team have to have instructions where you work on it on a daily day basis. Team shape is one of them. How you defend as a team. We don't have a way we defend as a team. I feel like the only kind of like coaching instruction that have gone to the defend as a team is the pressing. When they get the ball, we pressing. That's the only thing United know how to do as a team. When we defend it, there's no defensive shape. There is no defensive shape. You never see a line. You see the back line there. You never see a midfield line or a forward line to say, hey, you know what? This 4 1 2 3 4. The midfield are 1 2 3 4, and the space is just very. They just never align. So they just everywhere too. Everybody play with like their own way that they know too. Attacking wise too is the same thing too. When the fullback, when Luke Shaw got the ball, what is the player instructions for the other players? Do you tell them like stay like does your wingers have to like your fullback like Wan-Bissaka is like it's instructed to say, hey, you know what, you stay wide, and then Greenwood? Do you tell Greenwood, hey, you come in, and then if you come in just like that, maybe it will leave space for Wan-Bissaka being there, and then we can switch the ball to Wan-Bissaka who can then cross it. There is no how we play today. A perfect example is Rashford got a ball. He had a ball on the wings there, and then he cut back inside. And the minute he cut back inside, Ronaldo done that forward run that he done. Bro, if it was something that we have been working on training, Rashford would know to cross that ball straight away. But he did it. He tried to like dribble. I don't know if you saw that, but he done that sharp run. Boom, a good cross would have been there.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
Work on that.
I looked at him, and no one else does those runs other than Ronaldo. I saw what you're talking about. I remember.
Exactly.
Nobody else does those runs like Ronaldo. This is why Ronaldo. People say he's a tapping merchant now. He's not. He's got the instinct and intuition of no other forwards out there. Minimal these days. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's what you do. City got this kind of like pattern they play. Anytime City get a ball, you just see it there. They go there, instead of them to cross, they will not cross. They will cut back and do that little slick kind of like passing over there too. Liverpool too. Once they get a ball too, you always see that there. Go to Trent. Trent will do what? Will cross it. And if they have to do it 20 times in order to square a goal, they will do it 20 times to square a goal.
Bro, I think
United, we just don't have nothing. Bro.
Man United's a messed up because we keep sticking on this whole Man United tradition, Man United way, and I think we need to throw that in the bin now. So
but what is the Man United way, though? What is the Man United way? Because this
Man United way is still the reason why Man United's keeping in all of these class of 99 boys or old Man United guys still in our team. We need to get rid of them, bro. We can't move on, bro. We can't get moved on with guys like these.
Our next Premiership game is against Liverpool at Old Trafford.
Bro.
Nah, I tell you what, I don't think we're going to lose that game.
Liverpool's our next game.
Liverpool, and then outside of Liverpool is Tottenham away, and then we've got Atlanta Champions League, then we've got City. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a tough running. That's what I'm saying.
But the thing is, the Liverpool game, we're not going to lose it. The Liverpool game, we're going to draw it. We're probably going to win against Atlanta, maybe a fluke performance, but we're going to win that.
You know why I want to say that? NK? Because, Liverpool, the way they attack, you see all the other teams that have been attacking us but have been missing their chances part today. Liverpool ain't going to be missing all these chances. Yeah, but
it's Liverpool versus Man United, and you know what? Klopp. The thing is, these top managers, even Pep understand now too. United cannot play. We cannot play. But when we play the big teams, one thing you will see United play when we play against Liverpool is Liverpool will not be running through that midfield like that because the instructions are going to be simple.
Yeah, he's going to go back to
They will go back to the basics where we're going to say we pack the pass and we hit them on the counter.
That's it.
That's what we do. Against the big teams, that is the instruction that's going on. Pack the pass, hit them on the counter, bro.
He's going to play Rashford.
You will see that against Liverpool.
He's going to play Rashford. He's going to play Greenwood probably. Or
he shouldn't play Greenwood too. He should not. And today too, Greenwood too. The amount of time, that's we talk about team balance, and that's why a lot of people always have a goal. The reason why Ole say, he don't want to play Pogba in the midfield, and he's always switching Pogba because he don't feel like he can do it. But today, I'm telling you for sure, when they go to that dressing room Ronaldo is gonna cast Greenwood. They are gonna have a go at that ball. I even saw on the pitch one time where Bruno was looking at Greenwood thinking like, what the hell are you doing, bro? And it's just not just the defending aspect of it, it's the attacking aspect of it. Yes, anytime you get a ball, that was a straight mark thing where he get a ball, cut in, and then shoot. Defenders are starting to kind of like find that because the more you do it, the more a fullback that goes on, they learn. Say, hey, you know what? When Greenwood do it, he always want to cut in this side to get shoot. So let's double up on him. When we double up on him, he's not going to get that much space. Today, Greenwood probably had like about 6-7 shots.
Yeah.
Only one was on target, bro. Only one was on target. And that's poor. And he's not a striker. He is a winger. He is playing as a winger. And when you play that, how many chances did he create today? Probably like one. That's not good enough.
I'm just still in shock. Like, I can't believe the performance. Like,
bro, the time is running out. So when we go back here, let's finish off your point, Edwin, and then we'll do the man of the match, and then whoever you think was crap, like the worst performed,
man of the match,
and then we wrap it off. There's no matter whoever you want to say.
The man of the match is the man of the match is the cameraman for even being there and saying, watching the game. Yeah. You know, before I was going to say I'm shocked or disappointed, but I really am not. Actually, when I think about it, like Man United, like I think, you know, we started the first game against Leeds. Everyone thought it's going to be our season, but you know what I mean. Since then, we've not showed any progression. You know what I mean. And the scary thing is, this was a period for us to win the most games that we could, and get the points. And this is a time for us to actually develop a style and a way of playing. You know, now we're getting to the point where we're going to be playing tough games. And if we're struggling now, I can only imagine what's going to happen when we actually play better teams. And I don't know. It's like we've got. This is the problem, right? We've got the tools to be a great team, yeah, but we don't have someone that can use the tools. It's like you know what I mean? So, like, imagine a builder, someone having all the tools to build a house, and they don't know how to build a house, and that's Solskjaer. He's got all the tools, but he doesn't know what to do with it. So, like you say, he defaults to whatever is basic. Let me use this formation. Let me use that. You know what I mean? There's no development in his style. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no like, and even the tough changes. Even look at someone like Chelsea last year. Like, everyone was like, "I'll use Tammy Abraham." He probably could have, and he probably would have done well. But he made tough decisions, dropped certain people, and the team worked. Like you said, you need to change your formation or just start dropping people. This whole nice guy, let me keep everyone sweet. It's not working.
I'm really happy. I'm really happy that Ole'S going through these tough fixtures. Leicester, many would say that we should have got 3 points. I'm really happy that he's going through the tough fixtures now, both in Champions League, both in the Premier League, because there's no time to be hiding. Like, this is his time. You know what I mean? We want results. Man United fans want to be winning again, consistently winning trophies. And I ain't got time for us to be bouncing back where the board and the fans are confused. I want it to be clear. Like, if Ole ain't the man, I want the frying pan to be so hot, going straight out of the frying pan into the fire, so hot. He needs to face the music, bro. Or we need to start thinking about how we can bring in other guys, whether it be a Conte, whether it be a Zidane, whether it be a Enrique. For that, we just need to start making actions, and he needs to face the music. But guys, NK, this might be a difficult question, but you know how we always end these videos, man. You're man of the match. Try to find some good in a very bad situation, and obviously it won't be hard for you to pick you know, the worst performance, should I say, of the day. So who start off with, whoever you want to start off with.
Worst one has to be the coaching team, bro. It has to be the coaching team. You know, last week we drew with Everton. Everybody was having a go at like Ole and stuff like that, and our club reacted by announcing contract testation, Mike Fitty, contract testation, Michael Carrick. Like, I seem like these guys are doing such a great job. Like, they just announcing contract testation. Well, bro, they did reward us today by giving us nothing today to look forward to. Nothing. No tactical change. Nothing. It was just poor. So today, that was literally the worst performance day. The Man United coaching staff and the board with it too, because look, they just gave these people 3-year contract. They definitely go sack them now, because if you sack them, that's 3 years that you have to pay them. So, bro, you have to do that. Today, my man of the match, you know what? This was very, very easy decision for me to kind of do. My man of the match is myself. It's you, the fans today. It's the Manchester United fans that watched the game today, because we are the man of the match. For us to wake up and witness this, bro. We waited 2 weeks here to see United play, and then we get treated like this, bro. Well, I did not enjoy the game from first half to last. I did not enjoy the game. We never enjoyed the game with Man United, but we always seem to sometimes have a happy ending where we score late, and then you just done that. And even at 2-2, when Rashford scored, I just thought to myself, you know what? We must score again. We must jubilate today. It's just going to be the same. But today, my man of the match is as the fans, man, because we don't deserve this. We really don't deserve this, bro.
That's a serious two sort of opinions that you got there. And I can support that still. Edwin, give me your thoughts, man. Man of the match, worst performed.
Man of the match, no one really played well in it. I just feel like if I had to give it to someone, it's probably De Gea for that save. You know, he tried. You know what I mean? He was really trying, and I could see how frustrated he was. But as NK said, man, I think the man of the match is us, because me, I just wanted to, if not for this, I probably would have turned off the game. I'll be like, nah, I'm not watching this because we look terrible. And when you just look at the stats, in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, we've only won 1, and that was last minute, and we've lost one
clean sheet in 19. 1 clean sheet in 19.
4, statistically, we're poor. Like, we don't even deserve to be that high up. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, if I picked a player on the pitch, it'll probably be De Gea. He's the only one that seemed to try. I have to give shout out to Greenwood. He did score a spectacular goal, but outside of that, he didn't do much after that.
Worst performed? Maguire.
You know what the problem is? It's like, okay, you haven't been training fair enough, right? Your match fitness is not yet. But when you're the captain, you got to lead by example. A ball can't come to you. You can't just stand there. It's different if he ran to the ball and he tried and he lost it. And I could say he at least tried and maybe much. He just stood there. Like the first minute he gave away the ball. You know what I mean? Then even with Vardy's goal, when you watch it again, he sees Vardy, right? Free. He runs towards Vardy. He takes a step towards Vardy. He runs to the goal. The ball's on the side. Like, you know what I mean? What are you doing?
Well, I think, left exposed. I saw it because he was still trying to cover the man in behind him, and if literally Vardy would have just slipped in an easy ball.
The thing is, if the ball is going to be played, across you remember there was 4 defenders in the line. So even if the player behind him, the Shaw's there, in front of him, Lindelof's there. So he should have just run. When he saw Vardy, he should have run to him. Don't take a step to him, then run towards the goal. What are you doing? And then you're like this.
Edwin really needs to. Edwin's really getting
You know what? There's a difference. I don't even want to sound like I'm hating it. There's a different emphasis when you're a captain. At least with Roy Keane, if Roy Keane had a bad game, remember back in the day when we had Roy Keane will be shouted at everyone, even if he has a bad game. He'll be doing this, grabbing people, pulling them. Even if he's not playing well, he'll lead by example. He'll be diving in. He'll be doing, you know what I mean? But Maguire doesn't show, I think NK said this before, Maguire doesn't show anything on the pitch. He doesn't talk. I see Bruno shouting more at players. You can tell Bruno's telling people, do this, go here, do this. Maguire's just there by default.
Yeah, you know what? Edwin is stubborn in the finish. Even not just do today. If you go to the dressing room, Maguire cannot complain there because he done a mistake, and Oli cannot complain there because Oli done a mistake too. So the question is, who's shouting at who? Apart from Ronaldo and Bruno, who's shouting at who? And there was this feeling there. I don't know if you saw it. There was a corner here. Maguire, someone just tapped him, and the guy just lay on the floor trying to look for a free kick. When we were defending the corner, I'm thinking this big guy trying to dive in his own penalty box, What a disgrace, man.
For me, I think you summed it up perfectly well. I feel like the fans will put through their paces. They deserve honours for today. I think Man United fans should be getting their refunds, to be honest. But I feel like if I had to pick a man of the match and do it properly, I would say that David De Gea definitely was our man of the match, even though we conceded 4, which is a bit crazy to say. But I just feel like De Gea didn't deserve the scoreline didn't showcase his performances. He really made some game-saving saves. Do you know what I mean? Saves that would, usually keep us in a game, usually get us some points. And Manchester United were just so disorganised at the back today, which kind of gives it away in terms of who was the worst performer. But David De Gea, especially that fingertip shot who hit the post? Was it Vardy or someone like that hit the post? Who hit the post? Was it Tielemans?
It's Tielemans.
De Gea saved it.
De Gea saved it, right? But
even the corner that they scored from, he actually saved it with his leg,
Exactly, he saved it with his leg. That's what I mean. And it's just what's sad as well, because I thought we was improving in set pieces. And I heard someone say, Varane, with him at centre back, we haven't conceded a set piece yet. And then obviously, lo and behold, we conceded a set piece with no Varane. But do you know what? Obviously, David De Gea, for me, even though he conceded 4, I'll still give him man of the match. And the worst performer, I would say Maguire, because like you said, he should be commanding that defence. When he's the captain, he's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be vocal. He's supposed to be commanding the area. David De Gea, even though he'd done a poor pass to him, he should be going towards that ball, making sure, be more alert, be more aware. I think our players sometimes are not aware. I used to look at players like Scholes back in the days when he played for Man United, always looking over his shoulder like he's getting ready to pull off for a driving test. You get me? He's always looking over like this, even without the ball. And I just feel like Man United players, they get caught lackluster, get caught sleeping on the ball. I think someone got nicked. I don't know if it was Matic. There was no communication to someone to say, you know what? We used to even do as school kids. Man on. Look behind you, man on. Like, these men are so lackluster. Someone will come steal the ball and then move off like nothing happened. So for me, I say the worst performance, was obviously Maguire, but it was an overall poor performance, man. So the fans, man, I rate them for sitting through that. And it's gonna be a tough next few weeks, man. I must say that. But you know what, guys? It was good having your thoughts and opinions as usual. Guys, remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow on TikTok at OT99 Banter Room, Instagram at OT99_Banter Room, and Twitter at 99 Banter. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, post it, tweet it, and all of that malarkey. Peace.